We need to talk about. We need to talk about David, bro. Like this case really has been like fucking me up. This loser, bro. That's what I'm saying. We got to talk about David. We got to talk about it because it brings awareness. You know, they finally got this motherfucker locked up. Thank you. Long overdue, but hey, I'm not a cop. I don't know how long this shit takes, but they finally got him fucking arrested. I am sick to my stomach with this case because I don't know if y'all know, bro. I was a listener of David. I had a bunch of his songs. A woman, bro, not even a woman. That was a little girl, bro. That was a little girl. She was 15. This is what I heard. He met her when she was like 12. They was messing around when she was fucking 12. He was cleaning the shoes on live? No fucking way. He was messing with her when she was 12, okay? I'm gonna say, I was a fan of him, bro. I was a fan, I was. If you were listening to him, you would not think he would be capable of this. Let's be for real. You don't think anybody will be capable of doing some sick shit like this, right? It's just so crazy, bro, because, like, yes, they say he had, like, 40, gigabytes, whatever it was, of child stuff on his phone. Like, they found it on his phone. You never know who's capable of doing some shit like this. That's why I say y'all do not need to look up to anybody, bro. Do not be influenced by anybody. Nobody. Because people out here, bro, we've been showed countless of times, numerous of times, that we should not be looking up to these motherfuckers because majority of them are on some sick shit. Not all of them, but majority of them are on some sick ass, twisted ass, dark shit. This is scary. This is disgusting, bro. He's not the only person that messing with little kids in this industry. And the people around him, I'm sure they knew too. They knew. Come on. They knew. So sick, bro. I'm so disgusted. But we do got a video. I don't know all the information. Like I said, we need to be informed on this. I believe this is something we all need to be informed on, bro. So we do got a video called "David is More Evil Than We Thought." Now when this shit first came around, it was unbelievable. But like I believed it. It was a fucking kid. She couldn't even experience life yet, bro. And where the fuck was her parents? Older cousin, something. It was nobody she went home and talked to about David. She had to, right? Let's watch this video, bro. I'm getting pissed off.
David just got arrested, and I think this arrest made me recontextualize the situation because there's been
this picture is so fucking like this picture got me so scared, bro. Like this picture's scary as shit. Like, do y'all not feel like a dark energy when y'all look at this mugshot, bro?
Been a few things on my mind since this happened. The fact David knowingly interacted.
They probably didn't care, or he was paying them enough for them not to. That's what a lot of people saying. That's the theory going around, and like that's what I'm saying. A lot of streamers fucked with him because his music was genuinely good. He was a great artist, bro. But I don't like that. I do not like that people are blaming people that hung out with David. You don't know what anybody's capable of, bro. You can be friends with somebody for 20 years and not know that motherfucker is a predator pedophile. If they hide it real good, you would not know. So people trying to blame others for hanging out with him is not their fault. How are they supposed to know? How are they supposed to know that he's a fucking creep predator motherfucker? You know what I mean? Murderer. How are they supposed to know that?
With streamers and engaged with his fans and community like nothing happened. And the fact David was able to seemingly get away with this while Celeste was alive, even though people within his community knew.
Literally, that goes for any. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That goes for anybody. Yeah, that's her. Oh my gosh, that's definitely her. Now it was another girl named Celeste who was It was another girl named Celeste that he was hanging out with. So like, and they both had like curly hair, but you can tell who was who. This is definitely her. You can tell by the eyes. Because he got her covering up her face and shit. You are a fed. Oh my God.
David is not a good person. He was touring while the body of the child he victimized was decomposing. Yep. He let his friend go on stream and defend him, knowing the truth would eventually come out. It's all some real sick stuff, but I want to talk about it a little bit. Comment for the algorithm. TMZ had released some arrest footage of David at his home, and in the footage you can see David being patted down and put in the cuffs. And as of recent times,
why he didn't kill? They send the regular people to everybody else. The people, yep, exactly. They seem like regular people. They thought Ted Bundy was the sweetest guy in that city. They thought Ted Bundy wasn't capable of this, bro. So scary, man.
He's been officially charged with the murder of Celeste, and his mugshot hit the timeline. It's everywhere, and you know I had to use it as my thumbnail. Here's another image of his mugshot alongside the charges that I found, and then I found another image.
And if he hasn't killed himself yet, it's Gigi's from in prison. Oh yeah, they finna get him. I hope they fuck. Yeah, I want them to torture the fuck out of him. But right now he in solitary. He in a cell by himself. I heard that he's in a cell by himself. So unfortunately, nobody can get to his ass yet. But hopefully, they get his ass.
Where you can see literally everything. You can
continuous sexual abuse of a child, murder for financial gain, murder to prevent testimony, murder by lying in wait, use of deadly weapon, grave remains. Why do famous niggas get this special treatment? That's what I'm saying. Put them niggas where they need to be. Out there in the fucking general population. Put them in there, bro. The fuck? They're a criminal. Treat them like a criminal.
You can see his charges with their counts. The one that stands out to me is the 2 counts of sexual abuse of a child. I point this out because I have a timeline I want to reference a little later in the video, especially because he's known Celeste for a long time and this was really preventable. So I just want to have that conversation.
If he was a regular person, he would have been dead. Honestly, if he was a regular person, he would have been dead.
David also did appear in court, and I'm going to show you some of that footage, but I have to get it out the way. David pled not guilty to all of the charges, which is—
oh! This nigga really sat up here and said, I'm not guilty. He dead ass stood up there and said, I'm not guilty, bro. This nigga dead ass sat up here and said, I'm not guilty, bro. What's up, JB? What?
It's just so insane to me because they definitely have the proof to get—
They just found child porn on his phone. This cannot be real life.
This guy. I know the internet was on the police about not charging David sooner, but I'm 90% sure that was just to gather evidence, which is referenced in the court. But I also wanted to point out how David's family is standing firmly behind him.
I expected, bro, I expected the family to stand behind him, bro. Families be delusional as shit. How the fuck you plead not guilty if they found the shit? Damn, he deluded, think he gonna get away with that shit. He did that, think he gonna get away? Bro, that's why it took them so long to arrest him. It took them a while to arrest him, bro. Her body was in his car. They could have arrested him off of that. But they gathered so much shit, they got his ass. He's done. This nigga is done for.
Despite the copious amount of evidence that their son is a pedophile and was involved in the murder of a child, which was motivated by the fact that he perceived her as a threat to his career, which is even crazier because at that time she was—
Look at this little girl. Look at this little girl. She didn't even make it to 16, bro. Look at this little girl. Same age as my fucking sister, bro. My fucking little sister. That's why this shit is breaking my fucking heart, bro. Like, R.I.P. Celeste, man. This is some sad, bro. This shit literally had brought tears to my eyes. Like, she has so much life ahead of her, man.
missing from her home. She tried to find safety in David, but he harmed her, and yet his family stands with that.
Today,
and I'm sorry I keep pausing, but this shit always, I'm not gonna say always happen, but shit like this always happen. Like, a little girl will go find protection in someone else who they think they can, like, who they think can comfort them and like help them in situations, and they'll end up fucking grooming them and doing all types of shit, and they always, 9 times out of 10, they always end up murdering the fucking victim. 9 times out of 10, or leave some significant trauma on that person. Like this.
Today I am announcing the charges against David Anthony Burke, the musician known as David, spelled d4vd, in connection with the brutal and horrific murder of Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time. These charges include the most
14. I thought she was 15. Bro.
Serious charges that a DA's office can bring. That is first-degree murder with special circumstances. The special circumstances being lying in wait, committing this crime for financial gain, or murdering a witness in an investigation. These special circumstances carry with it, along with the first-degree murder charge, a maximum sentence of life without the possibility of parole or the death penalty.
Give him that.
The determination on whether or not the district attorney's office will seek the death penalty will...
Actually, I think life in prison is way worse. Give this nigga life in prison without the possibility of parole and let him fucking suffer there. Death is way too easy. Let that nigga suffer there, bro.
Be made at a later time.
So in other words, David is a pedophile who attempted to cover this fact up by silencing a witness. And the district attorney is sure he can prove this in court. And I mean, I hope. I do have faith in the police in this specific circumstance, but this is what David's lawyer had to say.
From the media
Everyone who
reports,
cared for Celeste need to be able to shoot him once, like line them him and let them shoot.
Fuck, bro. Fuck. This shit's some sad ass shit, bro, man. Like this. Let's see what his fucking lawyer has to say.
This is what David's lawyer had to say.
From the media reports, apparently there have been 4 months of secret grand jury proceedings. We believe that Mr. Burke is entitled at the earliest opportunity to an open preliminary hearing and the proceedings not be done in secret. So we are asking for a preliminary hearing to be set at the earliest possible date on the 10th date. Your Honor, we believe the actual evidence will show David Burke did not murder Celeste Rivas Hernandez, nor...
If he didn't murder her, he still fucking essayed her, groomed her, he's still a pedophile, so it don't matter. She do look stupid. Her nose crooked as shit.
Was he the cause of her death? And we would like to be able to have the evidence come into the light of day at the earliest opportunity in order to establish that.
After listening to that, I think that David's team is stupid. And if the cops did their job, I think they did, this will be an unwinnable case. There is so much evidence of their relationship all over the internet.
And like the people on the internet, bro, the detectives on the internet, bro, are unbeatable. They found so much evidence. It's so insane. So much evidence, bro.
David wasn't smart about it at all. And it honestly feels like at times he wanted to be caught. He had so many allusions to Celeste in all forms of media, from his songs to his TikTok.
Ain't no fucking way this is real. There's no way this is real. This is no way he's cleaning her shoes. There's no way he's dead ass cleaning her shoes. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. No way this nigga, bro, no way. Y'all see this shit?
Celeste was not a secret, and neither was David's age. This case should not be winnable.
Ask the people respectfully to produce discovery at the earliest opportunity.
Your Honor, as I indicated to counsel, there's approximately 40 terabytes of discovery in this case. Moreover, in order to obtain the transcripts from a grand jury investigation, counsel has to file a motion. She knows the way the system works. I'm not able to gather those. They have to be provided after the court orders them released because it was an investigation.
There is 40 terabytes of information that's been gathered in preparation for this trial. With how long David's been a free man, I mean, I think it makes sense that there'd be tons of information to go over. And I don't think all that information is gonna produce an innocent ruling. I said it earlier, I was 90% sure the police took a long time to gather evidence. 40 terabyte of discovery is proof of that. That's a lot of information. And it would make—
she said, bitch, we got 40 terabytes of information that we can, she ate her ass up, bro.
Makes sense if they were trying to make sure David gets the appropriate charges and he gets locked up for a long time, because like the district attorney said, nigga, that's a life sentence. And hopefully that lawyer making this mistake is proof that David's team won't have—
Why do lawyers represent potential pedophiles? I would never in my fucking life. If I was a lawyer, I would not take on any potential pedophiles. I'm not taking none of that. Anything that do with kids, well, it depends. But like, fuck no, I won't be able to, nope.
Have a good time during the trial, and he does get that
40 terabytes. What is like, okay, let me look something up real quick, y'all. Cause I need to see something. 20,000 hours of HD video, or 500 hours. Wow. Whoa, what the fuck? As soon as I said, how much is 40 terabytes of data? Look who fucking pops up. David. Also, if I was a lawyer and had to do a case like this, I would 100% be the shittiest lawyer. Oh, hell yeah, he getting locked up. I'm like, David, hey, you did that shit. You definitely did that shit. You did that shit. Nigga, you did that shit. I would definitely been like that. And I'm like, you did that shit, nigga. Yep, I'll be the shittiest lawyer, I swear.
That maximum sentencing. But now that you're a little caught up, I want to talk about one of the things that bothered me about this David case, and it's the fact that David let Jason the Ween take the fall defending him.
With David?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
He's not a murderer?
No.
Thank God, bro.
You said that way too fucking early, Jason. You said that way too... You can't make a determination that early when the evidence first came out. The body, that little girl's body was in his car.
Because I was still going to listen to his music. I was just worried that I'd be an asshole if I did.
No, listen, he didn't do it. He literally performed the next day. If he was a suspect, the police would have been after him. He's not a suspect.
He's not just escaping the police clutches?
No, and I'm going to perform.
Okay, I ain't going to say he helped. I don't think he helped. But like, if my friend ever got accused of some shit like this, I am not defending that nigga. And you're getting cut off. You're getting cut the fuck off, bro.
I'm on the 20th. Me and David.
In the Ween.
Let me do it. I'll make it. So,
period.
Do you think David did it?
Do I think he's a murderer?
Yeah.
Can't rule him out.
Can't rule him out?
Can't rule him out.
Okay.
Damn. No way. No.
You know what I did think was incredibly soft? I don't know if it's
how
true.
do you steal a Tesla, though?
Huh? Wait, so you think it is him?
No, I don't
how
think
do you
it's
steal
him.
a Tesla?
I don't think it's him because he's been on tour.
No,
but also,
I don't think it's him either.
And in the wake of what David did, Jason got a lot of flack for this. And even though I've criticized Jason in the past, and you could even criticize him for defending David so early, I honestly think it's fair to say him and David were at least good acquaintances. So I can't fault Jason for defending his friend when at the time he had a decent alibi. And even at that,
I get it. I get what he's saying. But I am not defending, not that fast anyway. I'm not defending nobody that quick. Now, I might be like, damn, I can't believe he did that. I don't believe he did that. I might say some shit like that. But I'm not finna go and publicly say, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. So I'm confused. He raped her and beat her to death, or she died out. JB, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot.
At time, I withheld my judgment on the case and didn't immediately assume David was innocent, so I can't blame someone who was likely his friend. But I will blame the guy who was touring while his victim was decomposing and allowed someone who was at least his friend to defend him, knowing that that was wrong. And I honestly believe Jason was just trying to be a real dude. This has since led to very smear campaign-esque posts that allude to Jason being this accomplice, or Jason is someone that knew David did this to Celeste. This tweet is a person replying to Fear Buck with a clip of David telling Jason he's the next David.
Oh, that's crazy.
I hear it. He's the next David. He's really the next David, bro. Like,
no, the fuck you're not.
Obviously, this is just a poorly aged clip. Jason does not have future sight.
it is crazy though.
Obviously, I know it's crazy, which is why Jason and Pokimane are currently suing KickChamp for these slanderous posts. And mind you, they continue to prove the point because the clip in this tweet is Jason literally retracting his support for David because at the time, more evidence came out.
First off, I want to retract my statement. Obviously, the other day, I was defending David before all the new evidence came out. I do not condone anything that David has done or is doing, okay? That shit is wicked and it's just unbelievable.
So it's so crazy how a clip of Jason trying to rectify his wrongs
Why you
still
mad at
gets...
Pokimane? Like, bro, look, we don't know who's like this, bro. We don't know who's a creep. We don't know who's a weirdo. We don't know who's a fucking pedophile. We don't know who's a rapist unless they show you. And usually psychopaths are really, really, really good at hiding that. They're really, really good at hiding that with their friends. Now, I think David's like inner circle, like his inner circle, definitely knew.
Used to push an agenda that Jason said he was losing his sleep over.
And the shit that he did.
Jason the Ween and Pokimane are directly involved with David's murder case as they shot a music video with him acting out a murder. What the fuck? Yeah, I see why he getting sued, bro. They just making assumptions. And like, it's not crazy. It's crazy for David. But I'm saying other artists have done that, acting out murder in their music videos. David's not the only nigga to do that shit. David just actually murdered someone.
Nah, bro, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how much money I gotta spend. I'm gonna make sure you're done. I deadass lose sleep at night because of this shit. But I'm gonna post this poster.
Crazy.
It's really fucked up how David took a friendship and withered it. I'm not saying they were the best of buddies, but I think for Jason to go out and defend him, they at least clicked to an extent. And I think it's real sinister to let someone go out there and look dumb. He was able to put this facade on and he was able to tour all while a child was taken from the world. These prosecutors allege that Celeste was killed on the 23rd because that was the last day she was heard from. And apparently the same day people heard of a breakup, Celeste was no longer in the server. That Discord server is very gross and I won't go too into it.
Don't, bro, do not look at that. Don't even get into that Discord server.
Screenshots like these, it's clear there was an entire community of people who knew all about this relationship, but no measures were taken to help Celeste.
I feel like it was a bunch of minors in that fucking server. He was just talking to a bunch of minors. I don't think Celeste is the only one. Bro, predators and pedophiles do not always have one victim. They always have multiple.
I media trained you. That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
How many motherfuckers was in this stream and didn't say shit, bro?
Mwah, oh my. Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes.
Dave.
That's her. It looks like her, bro. I think that is her.
David literally says he deleted the stream. Is that not the biggest giveaway ever? This is the most blatant cover-up I've seen, and it took this long for him to be caught. Celeste didn't have to pass away. She just needed people who would step in. She needed people who would have questioned this stream, and people who aren't like David's family. I don't care what anyone says. David is wrong. This situation is proof we need to protect kids, not by flimsy privacy invading laws, but by being honest with the fact that David was enabled and this child was in danger right in front of our eyes, and we as a community failed her. So let's just do better and let's pray David gets that max sentencing. That's really all I had to say though. Subscribe for more unsolicited opinions. I love you all. Y'all niggas.
He definitely gonna get the max sentence. Max something. Give him something. They're gonna fry his ass up in jail, bro. They're gonna get, bro. I don't want him to get the death penalty, but he most likely gonna get the death penalty. I want him to be in there for life. For life.